How's it going, everybody? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War episode review. Today's episode is episode 11, Everything But the Rain. And before I go any further, please, everything I need from you is to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified of every video like this. Make sure you click all so you can always get it. And please, give me a gift and leave a comment down below. So, because I am late doing this, actually technically it's not late, but it's within the week, I am not going to do a play-by-play. I'm just going to talk like I did last week. And again, if you prefer these type of reviews, say so down below. I got it. Come on, guys. Tell me something. I know you guys are watching. So, yeah, it's obvious. Ichigo's mom is a Quincy. Her name was Masaki Kurosaki. So that means that Ichigo's dad's real name is Isshin Shiba, which means I'm pretty sure that means he's part of Kaku's family. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the head of Kaku's family. He used to be the 10th Squad's captain, with Matsumoto being his lieutenant and Hetsugaya being his third seat. And it looks like he was the only person that could pick up Hetsugaya, because Hetsugaya didn't really care about anything. Still has that sweet tooth. Ate all his manju. And he was like, yeah, here's the future captain here, telling Matsumoto that if she became captain, everything would go to hell. How he got to the human realm is that there was a report on a Soul Reaper dying about a month ago. And then now there's two of them that have died. And just like with all captains, I promise you, I love power tier scaling in certain animes, because that lets you know what realm of thought a certain character is, especially if they are an easygoing ha character like Isshin is. He gives off the Monkey D. Luffy vibes, or the Goku from Dragon Ball Z vibes. Not Super Goku is dumb. He basically said, you two stay here, I'm going to go and investigate this, without getting back up. And even Toshiro, Hetsugaya, said, yo, Matsumoto, we cannot go. We can't grab anybody, because at our current level, we're just going to hold him back. And boy, oh boy, we got a flash of stupid-ass Aizen. Look, he did such a good job with Aizen, because I naturally hate him. He gives me Naraku vibes. I just hate him. You have Kaname Tosen. I hate him too. He's a brother, right? As a brother who's blind, he couldn't fall under his special ability. So you're just an evil asshole just because you simp for him. And then we got Gen. Rest in peace, Gen. Gen is cool. It turns out there was this black hollow called the White. That's the code name. It's called White because it's void of everything. This hollow literally looks like Ichigo's super wizard, all maxed out hollow version self with the little horns and everything. Really great fight between Isshin and that. The thing still killed a bunch of people in front of him, which is super messed up, given that his whole goal was to stop people from dying. Our guy, Isshin, his sword is called Engetsu. Now, I remember him doing a Tensai Zangetsu before, when he fought Aizen's bitch ass. Oops, sorry. But his release for the Shikai is called Burn. Dude even took his own blood and just like threw it, and it can burn. I don't think we'll ever see his Bankai, but I've been saying, Bleach, instead of doing like sequel series with people's kids, don't do the Boruto route. Show us the stuff in the past. Granted, we know what's going to happen in the future, but if you make a story interesting enough, no one is going to care. No one is going to care about it being in the past. And the reason why we are talking in past tense is because Ichigo was kicked out of, oh my goodness, what's the guy named? Oh-etsu Nimaiya's palace. And he even said to Ranger, he said, you know it too, that he can't go any further. Dude doesn't know who he is. All Ice-Witch, the base form of a Zanpakuto, I've made every one of them. There's nothing special for captains, lieutenants, even Squad Zero. All of them I made myself. You spend time with it, you put your essence into it, and you craft a relationship, and these beings come to be, right? Even, apparently, Kenpachi stole the Ice-Witch off of the dead body of a Soul Reaper, which makes sense now because since if I don't even know if he killed the guy with his bare hands or if the guy was just dead, but if the guy was dead and he took his blade while it was like that, that means he had time to mold it into his own being and its own essence so he can have a partner. That makes sense. But I love the fact that Isshin calls Ichigo out. He said, first of all, he showed up. His outfit is cool because his captain jacket is wrapped around his arm. And he says, yeah, no, I know what's going on. I was told by Urahara what's going on. And you obviously got kicked out, right? And he said something that I'm trying to remember what he said that pissed off Ichigo. Oh, he says you don't know anything about yourself to go any further. And he tries to run up on his dad and grab him by the collar. And Isshin was just cold-blooded. He just looking at him. Ichigo doesn't know really what to do. And he's telling him, you told me that you would let me know when you were ready to hear about the truth about everything. Now, son, now's the time. Your mom was a Quincy. And it turns out that Masaki was an Ike, E-C-H-T, Ike Quincy. She's supposed to be married to Uryu's daddy. Just to keep those bloodlines going or whatever. You also see Uryu's mom, who was literally a maid, Katagiri. And seemed like Uryu's dad, Ryu, cared about her enough that he just wanted her to be happy. You know, he knows that she doesn't want to marry out of blah 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 and what have you. His mom, Uryu's grandmother, is the one that took her in. Of course, all the Quincy's are feeling sad. They even say, you can't go fight the Hollow until after the Soul Reaper is dead, because if they find out who we are, we're gone. Masaki's the last of the Kurosakis, so. But yeah, I find it interesting that Isshin said, yeah, no, you need to learn this right now. Know who you are. Just period. If you don't know who you are, just can't go any further. Ichigo's mom was cool as hell. So I'm going to try to go on my notes to see if I can find what I consider to be the quote of the episode. Oh no, I can't remember. I can't find it. I'm going to paraphrase in a minute. So please bear with. I lied. I'm actually going to read the whole thing. She said, if I follow customs and let someone die today when I could have prevented it, I know my future self will never forgive me. And strong-willed character, that's where Ichigo gets it from. Because Ryu's whole thing can't go out there, and he calls Katagiri. I guess they have a little spirit talker thing, because usually the help go out and take care of everything, not the main family. He's like, let's go help her. And they even have their little white outfits on, and they watched her talk to Isshin, and it's crazy because he's never met a Quincy before. So when she shows up and fights this black thing, first of all, he was able to cut its arm off. But he got stabbed in the back by bitch-ass Isshin. I'm going to call him that. If he's your favorite character, he could be your favorite character. He's a bitch. Gets stabbed in the back by him. And when she shows up and gives him some help with her arrows and stuff, it goes straight after her. And she does this great fake out move where she just lets go of her, drops her weapon thing, let it bite her. And she's like, good job. Bow, right? Just blows its head off, which it had a little sack that blocks the hollow hole. It exploded. Isshin pushed her out the way. So she saved him, he saved her. And he asks who she is, and she's contemplating. She's thinking in her head, I was told never to say this, and spirit, soul reapers, spirit reapers, or whatever we call them, they're gonna want to kill me, right? So she does the ballsy thing and says her name, Masaki Kurosaki. I'm a Quincy. And he looks up at her. He gives this shocked look. His eyes sharpen. He goes, oh, damn, I never met a Quincy before. That's pretty damn cool. Awesome. And she's like, wow, he's really kind and nice. I wonder if Soul Reapers are like this. No. Obviously, the punk Aizen Brigade, that thing that attacked them was the hollificated body of a dead Soul Reaper. Fam. fam. Yeah, and at the same time, he was still looking for Shinji. We all should know that flashback arc, especially if you read the manga. It was at least, oh my god, was it like 10 to 15 chapters of the flashback? Not complaining. Really enjoyed that flashback, but we know what happened with the Wizards and all that stuff, and why Kisuke left, and they kicked out all the other folks. We know all that. We know all that. But yes, the episode ends like that, but ends with them meeting, and the after credit scene is Uryu is in the rain, and punk ass Blondie from the Quincy's comes to get him. The last ending word was from Isshin Shiba. He says, "Even with your sins, you are like the sun." The next episode is going to be called "Everything But the Rain." Now, pardon me, excuse me. It's very interesting to see that from. I want to know, when did Aizen's bullshit start? Because we know hundreds of years. We know years in the past with the old guard, with Shinji and them. He was on that BS. We see here, before Ichigo was born, which is probably anywhere between, he's like 17 now, so anywhere between 20 to 22 years. Even Isshin's looking super young. Ichigo's mom is baddie too. I feel like Kubo only knows flat or well endowed. That's his only two modes of transport. Anyway, I need to know how far in the past Aizen's is. Aizen literally just Voldemort? Is he Tom Riddle of Bleach? I feel like he's the Tom Riddle of Bleach. What do y'all think? What was else interesting? One interesting thing is we do see Ichigo's boss, Izumi, who just also has the same name as Auntie Izumi, Uryu's grandmother. Is there relation there? Again, Kubo, like many artists only have so many faces they can draw. So a lot of these characters sometimes look alike. That's why when you see really interesting looking characters, like your Yamis, your Chads, your Mayuris, when you see those characters, you go, oh man, these are really interesting looking characters. So some of these people look samey. I'm sorry, I can't tell the difference. Trying to figure out if there's anything else I left off, because yeah, man, the episode was mostly good flashback, good fight, like seeing him fight and seeing how strong he actually is, strong enough to actually still content with this super Minos level hollow experiment thing that killed another guy. He was like, dude, you need to run. Nope, Cero to the face. Every time he eats, it gets smarter. And he's like, who sent you? Oh, it's not going to answer you. Well, we also figured out it's not going to answer you because it's technically a dead body moving on its own, right? So next week is going to be, I already said everything but the rain, June Truth. He met her June 4th. So also Ichigo has two sisters. So man, I kind of know what happens, what goes on. It would just be interesting to see Ichigo, instead of fighting mostly with the whole Soul Reaper part, the Shimigami part. I would love to see him fight with, a mixture of like that and some of the Quincy stuff. I guess he's using the Quincy's abilities, the Blute, some of the support abilities, and then his offensive capabilities are obviously his Shimigami sword, Zanpakuto, Zanjutsu abilities, which, and it makes sense. I guess that is kind of a marriage of where he comes from. Still a shame we're not gonna see Isshin's Bankai. I really do need a prequel series. I need thousands of years with the first Gotei. Then I need the next Gotei. You can even then transition into the crap with the crap with Aizen. Show how Aizen came into the ranks. And you just end everything with the stuff that happened with Shinji and crew, and just go, yeah, but you guys know what happens at the end of this. Cool. I would really like that. Or you can do a series of movies. Just my 2 cents, but I would give this episode. I'm giving this episode 4 out of 5. Not because I'm feeling Christmassy and generous, but because I actually genuinely enjoyed it. I like seeing Ichigo's mom. I like seeing the type of character she was. I like seeing characters where it's like, oh yeah, Ichigo's dad is, he's a doctor, has his own clinic, but oh, by the way, I'm actually a badass. You should know I'm actually a badass, son. Just putting it out there. By the way, you're not human, but you're not a soul reaper. Which is so weird. It's so weird, the Japanese way of explaining like mixed people. Like the same thing with even with Inuyasha, like with half demons, they have a term for it, but like sometimes I'm like, why don't you just tell him he's half and half? You're not just one single thing. You're two things that make a new thing. They're so awkward when it comes to that. Maybe it's just me. If you guys notice it, let me know. As always, guys, thank you for taking some time out to listen to me talk about anime. This was fun. I enjoy watching flashback episodes, especially when we already know the characters. I need more stuff like this. I hope when 1,000 Year Blood War is done, I don't need the sequel series right away. Give me a prequel. Do a prequel. Please, Kubo, do a prequel. Guys, be good, be blessed. Wash those hands. Wear a mask. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk. Make sure you're taking care out there. It is crazy, especially if you're in areas like where I am, where it's minus below and high winds and it's just horrible. Stay warm, please. Check up on your loved ones. All right. And above all, there are people that rather talk to you today than to miss you tomorrow. Be safe. Enjoy your holly and your jolly. You have not seen the last of me. I still got some more stuff to give you guys this weekend. So no matter what you celebrate, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah. Happy solstice, winter solstice to you, those of you who celebrated. My name is Shane. I will see you guys next time. Bankai.